Hello everyone and welcome to this how to farm gold in the starting area tutorial. Okay, we are starting with the first and the least profitable one. We are here at the starting area of Haven, that is a tutorial island, and if you go there where the light comes out, that is where you can leave Haven. But we don't do this now, because right there, it depends on how many people are on the servers right now. But yeah, you can pick up a few of these things and you can buy from them, from the equipment vendor, some axes and some pickaxes if you want to do that kind of farming. But you can also eat it. I mean, the salad here is a very good stamina nourishment. More to the nourishment is in the video description, and if you want to see how you can cook meat and stuff like that. But it's just good to know that you can eat all this stuff, and yeah, it will fill up your stamina reserves in the long run. You will need this maybe if you want to do all the other activities a little bit longer. So if you want to make profit out of anything you do anyway, you can just go to every NPC who accepts goods in any way. And you can sell all these vegetables, for example, or later bones, heads and so on, and you get your money. Just a simple right click and accept trade. So second, we are here at the main place again, and we are going to the bank. There you can store all your money. Please note that Mortal Online is a brutal game. When you don't bank your shit, you lose your shit. Sure, here on the tutorial island it's not so hardcore, but if you, for example, fight bandits and you die, then your stuff just lays there on the ground. So that's why everything important always on the bank. So now we're going pig hunting. That is one of my favorites. Butcher tutorials in the description, by the way. They give pretty good meat, leather and bones and some other stuff. You won't get a lot of money actually from these pigs. But you get a lot of useful materials. Here, for example, at the southeast gate of Haven are the pigs. So open your inventory with the I button. Press right click on your sword if you have a sword. If you don't have a sword, go to the equipment vendor or to the utility vendor and buy a sword or something like that. If you hit, you just charge the hit for just like 2 seconds, and when the circle glows, you just let it go. I haven't done that because for me it makes no difference anyway. I have a huge damage bonus. So press R to open the loot bag, press right click to get it in your inventory. In your inventory, just right click and the butcher window appears, and you can just press the butcher button and then you butcher the animal and you get out all the materials. So we now butcher a little bit more, and after that we go to the nearest vendor and we just sell all this stuff. You can also keep the leather and the bones, and then you can make an armor out of that, but you first need money to buy the skill books before you can make anything. And don't forget to bank your stuff. Okay, now we are doing something different. We are going to the graveyard, and if you just follow southeast, you will go out this gate, and there is the graveyard, and you can farm pretty good there. Here is the dungeon, and please don't go into the dungeon only if you have enough people and a huge group or something like that. You can do the bandit camps alone and the bear. It depends on how big the bear is, but basically it's doable. So we will now go to the graveyard over this bridge, and here also pretty important, stuff everywhere. You can pick up a lot of flowers, bushes, even trees if you want to have some apples or something like that, and just pick them up because they are worth, depending on what you pick up, a lot. This is not worth a lot. But on the mainland there are a lot of plants actually that is worth tons of gold. So here is the graveyard. The next gold method, of course, is just farming the walking deads. So now it's your turn to earn your money for all the skill books you need. Please make sure that you can block in each direction, like in the middle, the left, the right, up and down, because these walking deads can hit you pretty hard if you are not skilled or completely unprepared about the combat system. So please charge your hit that you do a lot of damage. Not like me, but I have so much damage bonus it doesn't make a huge difference at all, because this is the starter sword. You will also get Glade Gifts experience, and you also only loot the head. Head. Because it's the most profitable compared to the weight. Don't loot the carcass until you want to skill up your bone skills or something like that, or your butchery skills in general. So here, just for demonstration purposes, if he hits from the left, from his left, and you block right or left, or in this example up, Then you have a counter hit. If you then press the left button, you will do a lot of damage. Or what I exactly mean is more damage in general. So if you are completely new to the combat system in Mortal Online, then don't risk your ass just going straight into the graveyard and fighting 5 Walking Deads on your own, even if you're thinking you're a fucking hero here. But yeah, please don't do that. You will probably die. But you can skill up your Glade Gifts, and that is pretty awesome. Just press tab to open your character window. And there you can skill some special talents and stuff. Just look at my other videos where I explain a little bit more of that. If you, for example, took a lot of damage, you can open with L your skills window. You can drag this resting skill to your toolbar. And if you press the button, you just sit down and regain your health. If you have a gray bar and it takes a lot of time, you must fill up your health reserves with good food. For that, please check the link in the description. But you can also heal yourself with bandages, for example. But the health you regain is depending on your anatomy skill. So if you don't have the anatomy skill like I do, then you just regain 3 health points, for example. If you have anatomy 100, you can regain up to 50 points. So after some time on the graveyard, you have actually a lot of stuff. Yeah, you drop some armors there. They are not so bad at all. Some weapons, you can try out these, of course. You can just reskill. There's no problem in there. You can just try out all the stuff you just want to try. Now we sell all this stuff and we just buy a bow. You can get a bow by the weapon vendor and also an armor by the armor vendor, of course. Maybe use a melee weapon too, a good melee weapon, not the how should I say the default sword you get from the beginning. Maybe you can see a weapon crafter or an armor crafter, a player armor crafter, weapon crafter, and he can make you maybe some better weapons and stuff. So here at the utility window you can buy some arrows that is needed for the bow, of course, and yeah, maybe you meet someone who can make better bows, because these bows you can buy there and weapons there are not really good. You can also go to the equipment vendor and buy an axe and a pickaxe, for example, and just collect wood or stone. Here, for example, you equip the axe and just go to the tree and just press R to chop the wood. This is not so good if you just want to trade the wood to the NPC vendor, but it is a good practice because in the other world, in the real world, people will pay actually high prices on wood and on stones. But here in Haven you can just try to extract some stuff, for example. I have a lot of extraction tutorials for this on the channel. Please look at this if you are interested in. If you have found a bandit spawn, just use your bow and arrow to get these guys over to you. Then switch to your melee weapon and go in 1-on-1 with them. If you have both on your ass and you're not sure if you can handle that, then run as fast as you can. These are a little bit faster than the walkers, or maybe a lot faster actually. But just parry them and hit them. Maybe sometimes your hits don't do a lot of damage because he also blocks directional. But they are also a pretty good money source, of course. And make sure that you don't get too near to the ruins like I do. But yeah, for me it worked there. So let's look into the loot. Oh, that will be awesome. Come on, open! And we have the bandit head with 80 silver. A bandit spawns nearly every 2 to 3 minutes. And if you are up for a real challenge, then you go bear hunting. This is a small bear who is scared, so this works. But if the bear is bigger, you better run or you have a very good equipment with you. So just kill the bear and loot all the carcass and just butcher it. Maybe keep some of the carcass and butcher it in town, because you get other materials out of there. Out of this, oh man. And these furs are actually not so bad. I mean, the guard fur is pretty good for versus blunt damage if you have blunt opponents. And you can use the quality leather, of course, too. And if you butcher it in town, you get out malarium, which is pretty awesome material for armors, of course, but also for weapons. You can also go Springbok hunting, but these guys are pretty fast, and without a proper bow, this is not possible. You need the one-shot sniper bows or maybe the two-shot sniper bows. But now what to do with all your farmed gold and all your materials and stuff? You can go to the library in Haven and get all your skill books. So there you can buy books for armor crafting, for example, if that interests you. then you can use your found materials to do armors or maybe some other professions. And if you think you're ready, you can migrate to the mainland if you have at least read a few books. So I really hope this video helped you. If you have any feedback, questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I really love those. Also special thanks to my Patreon supporters Don, Dexter and Skipper. Please leave a like if you haven't yet. Please also subscribe. Always remember to make party art and goodbye.